Yes, I think it's quite clear that Sir Geoffrey was indicating that the threat he was talking about was a criminal act. I think that's abundantly clear, and that was an attempt to create smear by association. And now that that's been found not to be true, then Sir Geoffrey, he needs to man up. It's not just that at best he looks foolish this morning. He needs to man up and withdraw that deliberate swear on those he was trying to blacken.
Well, he was surely trying to blacken the person who threatened him. And you don't know what the threat was. You don't know the nature of the threat. And so you're jumping here, Jim. Is it not for you?
No, I do know. I do know that whatever it was, it didn't amount to a breach of the criminal law. And the inference
correct,
of what
but you can still be
trying
threatened
to suggest was that it did.
Well,
what was the threat then? Like, if you know what the threat was, tell us.
I don't know what the threat was.
The threat of violence, and the context of when you say I've been threatened, the very clear and indisputable inference is there's been a threat of violence against you. Patently, that's not the case, because that would be a breach of the criminal law. So, and then for Sir Geoffrey say that he decided not to press charges. Sorry, that's not how it works. Once the police decide that they're investigating a criminal threat, then they decide whether or not there's any charge that can be brought. And when they decide that there's no charge can be brought, then it's nonsense to talk about that someone else deciding not to press the charges.
Well, the salient point here also is the PS and I have stated on the record that no offences were detected.
Yes. Well, wasn't the inference very clear of what Sir Geoffrey was trying to convey? That offences had been committed against him in terms of threats. That was a very clear inference in the context that it was coming from the sources which were politically trying to upend his apple cart of sellout.
He did not say.
He made.
At no point did he say that. You've made that connection. At no point did Sir Geoffrey connect that. He never said where the threat came from. That's in your head, not his.
He did. He said from those who are trying to stir things up. Now, and he referenced earlier in his speech at or about that point the posters which talked about a DUP sellout. So he was quite clearly trying to smear and make a connection between this alleged threat and the political opposition to his sellout over the protocol. That's indisputable. And now he's been caught out on that. He should apologise to those he was trying to smear.